morning and Happy New Year. I hope you had an enjoyable holiday break with your family and friends. You know, as we kick off 2022, we are going to start with the best. We're not going to save it for last this time. So hang in there with us. If you watch until the very end of this recording, you might be in for a surprise. So up first today is Becky Rose, who was our most recipient of the prestigious SFCC Sizzle Award. And Becky is here to present this semester's winner. So Becky, come on up, and you are on for our folks. Just, I'll be
okay. Thank you.
White here, okay.
Okay, so I have a speech. So I haven't taken public speaking for 20 years. So you're gonna have to forgive me because I'm gonna read it. So, what makes a colleague a good colleague? It is 1,000 little things. It's putting the good of others above one's own needs for the greater good. It's being a team player. It's doing your work without having to be told and doing it well. It's doing the menial and undesirable tasks too, not just the glorified ones. It's looking for ways to grow and encouraging others to be their best selves. In short, it's exemplifying SFCC's core values, which are community, student-centeredness, personal growth and success, respect, integrity, and excellence. As I thought about colleagues who embody these qualities, it was helpful to be reminded that this award should rotate between staff and faculty, and the last 3 recipients have been staff. So my thoughts turn to faculty. What faculty member do I know that's a team player, who is engaged and seeks opportunities for growth and is student-centered? I finally settled on one faculty member who has asked numerous perceptive questions about program review, has requested more information so she might proactively reach out to students who have declared her department's majors, and who I served with recently on the college council. She always asks intelligent and perceptive questions and is truly engaged in whatever it is I have observed her doing. She exemplifies SFCC core values of community, student-centeredness, personal growth and success, respect, integrity, and excellence. For spring 2022, I'm happy to award this SFCC Sizzle Award to Miss Beverly Marquez.
Thank you. Do I have to say a speech?
You can say a speech.
Well, I wasn't prepared for a speech, but this definitely means a lot to me. I kind of thought that being online, 100% online, that I would never be recognized. But I guess I am more than I think. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And Becky, come back.
Yeah, her mini.
Oh, okay. Becky got a mini skillet that has her Sizzle Award on it. So congratulations, Beverly. We're very excited to have you as our newest winner. And your big decision will be selecting the winner for the fall semester. So you can, so you can be thinking now. Next up, we wanted to share with you the mini grant recipients. You know, the mini grant began a few years ago, and it's really a program I'm proud of. I know it's a tremendous amount of work for our executive director of the foundation, Mary Troiner, but it's one that allows our employees to be creative and think of ways that they can propose a project that would further our strategic plan. So Mary, come up, and you are welcome to introduce the mini grant recipients, and we'll clap as you announce them.
Hello, everybody. I am excited to announce the mini grants for the spring semester. We had 13 applications this semester, and we're awarding 2 at $3,500 each this semester. So the 2 winners to this semester's mini grant application process is Linda Harris for the CTC program in regards to buying more equipment for her graphic design program, And the second award winner is Nina Williams-Strange in regards to her Earth Science class. She is also purchasing more equipment for her Clearview classroom stream tables and carts. Congratulations to you two ladies. There were incredible applications this semester, and I thank each and every one of you for submitting those applications. In the past, what we have done is kept the application open after we've announced the convocation winners. This time, I'm sad to tell you that we're going to hold off for a bit and keep them not posted in regards to an open application process. But at the fall convocation, I will announce if we continue this process. It's been a great success. As Dr. Anderson said, it is a little bit of extra work. It's not a tremendous amount. You come up with creative ideas, and the foundation is here to help support those ideas. So congratulations to Linda Harris and Nina Strange. Thank you.
It's wonderful that I've got a gallery over here that you're not seeing, but we may bring them all in front of the camera here before we're done. I know that many of you have seen the progress of the Olin Howard Workforce Innovation Center throughout the semester. We've seen it begin from bare ground and move upward. And so Justin, our Executive Director of Facilities, is here, Justin O'Neill, to talk about the Olin Howard Workforce Innovation Center and then also other campus projects. So Justin gives a report. Come on up, Justin. He gives a report at the board meetings, but you may not tune into those. But again, you're always welcome to come. And Justin has been providing those updates to the board. The board had a tour of the Olin Howard Center, and I know many of you are excited and interested in getting in there yourself. So Justin, tell us how that is going. I know you had a meeting yesterday.
Yes.
And then we might have a conversation about other campus projects.
Absolutely. So ironically, today is 1 year ago when we started moving dirt for the building. So popped up on a timeline some pictures I had. So we were going crazy moving dirt to get this project started. And we were a little ahead of schedule. So right now, after the talk yesterday, end of February, 1st of March is what we're looking for substantial completion for the building. At substantial completion, that means the major components of the contractor's duties are done, and we'll be able to start moving some things into the building. We'll be able to start moving some equipment in. The board will see a package for furniture this month, so we'll be able to start finishing up, selecting that, and start moving those things in. And we'll have time to start planning. We'll have some classes that we'll have to have over there to meet some of our grant requirements, and we will then move the 2 programs in over the summer. So that's the big picture plan of that, but all is going well. We've got heat on in the building. We have electric on in the building. They're going to start shining up the floors here pretty soon. We've got some of the big industrial exhaust fans and things like that that are being all put together and put in place, but it's going really, really well. So out of that 6.9, almost $7 million that is due to that general contractor, we only have about 1.4, 1.5 left to pay on the building. So we've come a long way in a short amount of time. And thanks, Mary, for you and your team for the funding that's got us that far.
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent. We are so excited about it. And I know it's hard to think that it was a year ago today that that started happening. A lot has happened in a year, and we are still in the works of planning when a ribbon cutting would be, but we're going to wait and kind of see how that falls. Hopefully it'll happen maybe before I'm gone at the end of June, but we'll see. So kind of fingers crossed on that one.
Yep.
A lot of other projects, Justin, that you've been working on that are kind of in the works, and I know you've got wearing kind of a ton of hats all over the place. So talk about those. So
construction-wise, we've got big plans going for revamping our kitchen over here so that we can support feeding all of the students that we do now, especially with the large number that we have across the street in apartments. So we need more space. That kitchen wasn't designed to feed that many students. So we've got some plans in place. We're going to be able to bring some plans to the board then and hopefully get some contractors involved. To do that, though, we've got to move the campus store, which we've talked about a few times. So we've talked about some different groups, and we're finalizing some plans on those things and finding some space for them to move over to Yater, which is the big plan. And we've got some new space that we'll have to develop over there. So there may be some temporary housing for folks here and there, but everybody will have a place and everybody will have be able to still stay student centered, which is what takes so long is trying to make sure that we still are providing those services to everybody.
Yeah. And Justin, I appreciate the fact that you've met with many of the players, I think all of the players that are involved in these moves, but it really is an important thing to be able to accomplish because we are now feeding more than twice as many students as we were housing just about 3 years ago. And so for that to happen effectively and for it to be mitigated with COVID as well, we need more space. And so we think we can use some of those funds that have come to the college through the COVID funds to help with that project. So we're excited to get that underway.
Yeah. And our other big one that hopefully we'll start seeing as soon as the weather warms back up, is repaving the parking lots on campus and revamping the south parking lot on the Gator side. So that we can get some more parking out of the circle drive that we don't fully utilize. We can take out the speed bump storm drains that like to take out bumpers and things like that. So we're going to fix some of those things as well.
Super excellent. Just as a reminder, where we got the money for that, all of the community colleges received, as a whole, we received $18 million as a community college. Each received $1.5 million. And so we are putting most of that toward the project of resurfacing and redoing our parking facilities, since that's not money that we would like to carve out of our reserves. So anyway, we're excited about that. We've asked the state to hold over some of those monies for all of the community colleges. We think that's going to work, Justin, because I know you're kind of like, it's a time crunch to get that all done by June. So anyway, we'll keep you posted on that as well.
Yep. And the other big one then is the continuing planning, the space that we will vacate with the 2 programs that'll move over to Olin Howard building. So finishing that advanced manufacturing cell and HVAC program that we're trying to get up and started, which is a new program for us here at the college. And those will go in those 2 shops. So we're doing all that, finishing up those designs and things like that. We've got some electrical and things like that we want to replace between semesters. So those are all in the plans and works too.
All right. And I'll be telling you about where that stands with the next round of MOEC cells kind of at the end of this presentation. So thank you, Justin, very much. Have a great semester.
Thank you.
This is an exciting time for State Fair Community College as the college and the board prepares to hire our next leader, and they want you to be involved. So Executive Director of Human Resources, Rachel Dawson, is here to share an update on the presidential search process and talk to you about how you can be involved in that.
They're all wanting me to make an entrance here. And chances are, if I did that, I would fall in front of everybody. So we're not going to do that. But I'm excited to share the presidential search update with everybody today. I want to start by saying that I just want to thank the search committee because they have spent extensive time through this process with meetings, time away from their families, lunches, a lot of lunches where we've had meetings, and the most recent meeting even extended into Christmas break. So they really have committed a lot of time to the process, and it's an exciting process, but there's a lot of effort that goes into it. So where we're at right now, we had a meeting, as I mentioned, that extended into Christmas break, where we reviewed the rest. Well, let me take that back. I apologize. There were 38 total candidates. From that 38, we elected to do initial interviews with 12 of those candidates. We finished up those Zoom interviews the week before Christmas break, or right up to, and then had the meeting on the 22nd to review all 12 of those Zoom interviews that we had conducted. From there, we were deciding who we were going to bring on campus as semi-finalists, and that's the next step that we're going to talk about. So semi-finalists, there's 5 of them, and I'm excited to announce those today, so hang tight. We are going to bring those folks on campus. There will be a full day where they will do a community presentation that's open to campus employees and the community, and we will record it. So as many people can watch it and participate as possible. There will be meetings with individual groups throughout the campus, the different like general ed, athletics, student services. We'll make sure all those groups, all the employee groups will get opportunities to have smaller sessions with each of the candidates. In addition to that, they'll have a formal interview with the search committee, and then there will be smaller interactions where they'll go to lunch, they'll do a community tour and things like that. So that will be a very busy time. I'll share dates with you in just a second, but just be prepared. You don't have to be at every single meeting. We will record the ones that are open to everybody, but the exciting part is we will give everyone the opportunity to meet the candidates, interact with them, and provide feedback. So I will stop talking about that now and share the names. So our 5 semi-finalists are, in no particular order, Dr. David Hines, Dr. Michelle Shute, Dr. Brent Bates, Dr. Randy Smith, and Dr. David Braverman. So these 5 candidates will be doing their campus day on the following dates. We have Dr. Bates scheduled for January 21st, Dr. Shute for January 24th, Dr. Hines, January 26th, Dr. Smith, January 28th, and Dr. Braverman, January 31st. So as I mentioned, this will be a very, very busy time, but the good news is everyone will have the opportunity to provide input. I'm working with Brad on building those input forms that will be electronic. So hopefully you'll just be able to do it directly from your mobile device or your computer. But I encourage everybody to participate in as many of these as can. Everyone can watch the presentations and or attend them. And then again, each employee group will have an opportunity to attend a smaller, more informal meet and greet session that they also can provide feedback on. So please make sure and get out there and provide that feedback. And I will present details as soon as we get the agendas put together. We will send that out to the campus in an all campus notice. So thank you.
Awesome. Rachel, I just want to say thank you to you and the search committee. This is truly a big responsibility that they've undertaken. We've had so many great applicants. I'm not involved in the process, but thank you. I can just appreciate
I think Justin can attest to
what you've gone through. But you're going to get to stay up here because the next part is introducing our new employees. Okay. Every convocation, all staff meeting, we have an opportunity to meet our new employees. Generally, it's face-to-face, and we have them stand up and we all hoop and holler when we get to see them. But that's not happening this morning. However, we do have a PowerPoint presentation. And so, Rachel, I think you're going to bring that up. We're going to share a screen. And so these are the new employees who have started since our last convocation in the fall. And we are very excited for you to meet them. Hopefully, you've already gotten to meet several of them. And if not, here they are.
Okay, so we have Sarah Alkire, who is our Associate Dean of Enrollment Management. We have Dondi Ramirez, who is a Student Success Navigator. And I just want to remind everybody, these are new full-time employees to the college. So we know that we've had people that have moved around in positions and definitely want to support those, but these are brand new full-time employees. So Dondi was with us as an adjunct, but he is now a full-time college employee. Christy Mitchell, who's the Assistant Registrar. Austin Ring, Custodian. Chad Whitehead, IT Services Specialist. Advance. Oops. Brent's email messed it up. Okay, Margarita Yakovchuk, Custodian. And I really hope that I did not butcher that last name. And then not pictured, we have Renee Belt, who is our Behavioral Health Coordinator.
Excellent.
All right, I'll stop sharing here for you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Well, to all of our new employees, welcome. We hope you've had, if you've been here, and some of them have been here for a little while, we hope that you're enjoying your time here at State Fair Community College. And, you know, we say that our #1 asset are our people, both our employees and our students. So thank you for being a part of our family. This next part, and I've told folks they are staying around, so yay for the audience here. They wanted to be off screen, but they're over there. On Tuesday, ELT discussed the current state of COVID. So this is going to get a little serious here for a minute because we know that COVID cases have risen across the country and are rising in our community as well. When we disbanded the COVID response team in the fall, we said that the executive leadership team would discuss COVID at the first meeting of every month. And so at our Tuesday meeting, we did do that. We discussed what the current state of COVID was, both nationally and in our community. And we have individuals that are still participating in state health meetings and local meetings that focus on school districts. And so we bring all of that information to ELT and have a discussion. Consensus was to continue with our current state of on-campus work and classes as planned. So that means that we are here in person. Classes are going to begin in person on Monday. And but we want everyone to really understand that our first line of defense in keeping employees and students well and being able to maintain our wellness and everyone else's is to stay home if you're sick. So I just want to emphasize, if you are sick, contact your supervisor and work with your supervisor and your dean, but please stay home when you're sick. We want instructors to also give this communication to students. You know, we have implemented over $1 million worth of technology here at State Fair so that we could have class kind of anytime, anywhere. And that means that we expect instruction to continue as seamless as possible and using the IT technology that we have available to us. So stay home if you're sick. I hope you're not, but if you are, please stay home. The next one is wear masks if possible. We have some folks here in the room today that are wearing masks and wear them everywhere. When I'm out and about with folks that I don't know and in large groups, I'm wearing a mask as well. And really the preferred mask right now with the new COVID and to protect yourself is a KN95 or an N95 mask. You can order those kind of online, I think, and get those if you need to protect yourself. You can also double mask. So we have no mask requirement, but masks are still recommended. And then we also just say that if you are sick with COVID, you are welcome to contact our HR office. Most people are kind of just checking in. We're not doing contact tracing, and we understand that the local health departments, they are either not doing contact tracing anymore or it's way backed up in a backlog. But you are welcome to contact the Human Resources Department. We want to keep you and our students as safe as possible. So our line of defense is to don't be here if you're not well. You can get tested, obviously, if you think you have COVID so that you're not bringing it into the workplace. And then also just work with your supervisor, your dean, and those who can help us work through this together. Really, here's the biggest message. We are all in this together, and we have to work together to make sure that our students are learning, our employees are able to work when they're well. A few other things just to conclude this meeting today. The legislature began its session yesterday. Things kicked off pretty well in the House, not so well in the Senate. So if you want to know more about that, go out and look it up. But because there is a lot going on, you know, it's not always when there's a shortfall of money that people get uptight and upset, but it also happens when there's an abundance of money and resources. And right now, because of a federal inflow of money into our state and sales tax revenues being up, there's kind of an abundance. So everybody has their hand out, including higher education and community colleges. The good news in all of that is that there are some dedicated budget items that were put forward to the governor that we're waiting to see if they appear in his budget, but they involved MOEXCEL's round 3. You know, we got a grant for round 1, which was healthcare expansion at Clinton. Round 2 was for the finish out of the precision machining side of the Olin Howard Workforce Innovation Center for $2.4 million. And round 3 is for $2.4 million. We're, I think, second on Dude's list that went to the governor. And that would be for the finishing out of the renovations in the Fielding Technical Facility. We're optimistic that those projects will be funded. And so stay tuned. The governor's budget announcement comes out January 19th, and we'll see how that fares. The Department of Higher Ed and Workforce Development also recommended a general core increase for all of higher ed to the tune of 5.4%. As we have had our first budget preparation with our leadership team, we've kind of plugged that in, but it's not a tremendous amount, but it's obviously a big help. We would like to have more. So I don't know how that will shake out, but right now that's where we stand on a core increase for our budget from the state. We also, toward the end of last semester in November, were asked to submit a big project to the state. And our big project was the Center for Advanced Agriculture and Transportation Technologies. We submitted a project for $10 million, knowing that the request said we would have to match it by at least half. And so if we submitted a $10 million project, you can do the math, we would have to come up with $5 million. And so Mary Troiner has not left the room. She knows and was involved in these conversations, but we know that we have a group of individuals whose resources and businesses didn't totally relate to the Olin Howard Center, but that would be relatable to an advanced ag and transportation center. And so we have put that project forward. We believe that an announcement will be coming in the governor's budget about all of those big projects and about how those matches would be made or required. So be listening for that, but that's coming in our future and very exciting. What it would do is it would be allow us to have a facility about the size of the Olin Howard Center that we would move our automotive program into. You know, we have been thinking about how do we get them into a facility that really meets our automotive and transportation needs. And it would also allow us to expand our agriculture program into light diesel and ag mechanics. And so it's just a very exciting opportunity. If that gets in a budget and it looks like it's going to move forward, we will have more discussions and more planning. We have engaged with SAP for a design that we have been working on, and we saw the first of that right before Christmas break. The next one, and I know you've probably heard something about this, is the potential expansion of our campus with the purchase of land adjacent to us, to the west and to the south. You know, there's a 400-acre parcel of land that's never been developed. The Missouri State Fair, which is under the auspices of the Missouri Department of Agriculture, would like to own about 200 of those acres. The college would like to own the other half. And so we have jointly been in meetings with the Missouri State Fair folks, the Department of Ag folks, and I'm hoping that that will move forward with the intent to purchase. There could be some state funds that could help with that purchase, but if not, our board is very anxious to expand our campus. As they have said, it's kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity to purchase land that's not developed that would be for the future expansion of our ag program and other needs as our college looks forward into the future. You know, as we come to the end of last year and beginning a new year, we had our audit presented at the Board of Trustees December meeting. And I just want to assure you that our college is in one of the best shapes as far as reserves go, as we've been since I became your president. And we do have a healthy reserve. However, I can tell you that the budgeting process is going to be challenging because while our reserves have gone up, it's mainly been due to capturing those HERF, those higher education relief funds due to COVID. And it's because of the lost revenue that we were able to go back and look at what credit hours were generating revenue prior to COVID and recoup all of that as lost revenue since then. So that has helped our budget. All of those funds come to an end this year. And so this year's budgeting process is going to be especially challenging. We have a great leadership team that's up to the task, and they will be bringing all of their wishes for both personnel and additions to programs forward at our next ELT budget meeting, which I think occurs on the 18th. As we begin this semester, I just say best wishes to all of you in this semester ahead. It's a tremendously exciting time as you're beginning to look at presidential candidates, thinking about the leadership of our institution for the next several years and into the future. And I just wish that all of you stay healthy and well. Have a great semester. Now, if you've listened to the end of this presentation, if you will send me an email that just has prize in the subject line, I'm giving away a $50 gift certificate to Katie's Barbecue. So happy eating to someone, and we don't want like that $50 that was left in a locker somewhere, you know, over before Christmas break. Not here, but elsewhere. You probably read about it. $50. So just send me an email with prize, and you could be the lucky winner of some tasty barbecue. Thank you for joining us today.